There are some people who comment me, and I understand where it comes from. Uh, do I have a grudge against religions, or am I against organized religions? To be very honest, my brothers and sisters, I had a message a few days ago, and this message was from a Christian who really didn't like that I spread the word of the dragon, and this was with an image of the archangel Michael killing the great dragon, which is Lucifer. You know, I had many vivid dreams, especially in the beginning of my path, that was so lifelike and so. I mean, I miss these days that I have seen so many vivid dreams and dragons inside of visions, and it was actually beautiful that I wrote it down every single time. And there was indeed one time, or maybe one time that was really vivid, that I saw the dragon that introduced himself as Lucifer, and he told me many things about myself inside of that dream. And that was very strange because in that dream I could see myself as the dragon that I've seen before, that's as I saw in the dragon realm. So so this man sent me something like, then it really did something with me, some kind of a negative emotion against religions. And I said to myself, do I really have that grudge against religions? Well, my brothers and sisters, that comes from deeper in, because I used to be a Catholic, a very devoted one, and because my entire family wanted it. But there was something about it. I really didn't like it. I never liked it. I found all of these figures creepy. I didn't want them near me. I didn't even want to enter a church, but yet I was forced into this. And I'm convinced that so many people are forced into this. And I remember this back in the day, that they said to me, the story of Saint George and killing the dragon is actually good, that I trusted that killing the dragon was actually a good thing, because in the end, the great dragon is the devil. You shouldn't listen to him. And yet, the great dragon stood before me inside of that vision, inside of that lifelike vision. But everything he told me couldn't be a lie or couldn't be deceiving. He was actually speaking right through my soul, right through my spirit, in the deepest core of it, that I've never felt before. That I responded to him in a dragon language that I forgot that I had. And the things that he said were just amazing information that was just meant for me. And he said it too. And he was very, very beautiful. Um, of course, when I heard the name that he introduced himself as Lucifer, I stepped back because of what I've heard from my family. But yet I shouldn't be. I should just listen to myself, and that is what organized religions really did to me. They tried to let the dragon go away. They tried to let the dragon die inside of myself. If you are not going to be awakened by the dragon by your side, your dragon will eventually be gone. And your dragon will never be there again. And so you will never be yourself. So what they tried to do with me was brainwashing, going, let the dragon go away or let anything else go away. I should listen to my family. I should listen to them. And that is why I indeed sometimes have negative emotions whenever I see people, cultural, I mean, this is very purely cultural, that they drive their children away from who they really are. And that is where I want to talk to you about, my brothers and sisters. What are the foundations of the dragon's path? First of all, you need to understand your true self. You cannot understand yourself if you are constantly be lied to, or constantly pushed away to. So I don't blame it, but I tell people, it's not a secret that I see myself as an autistic person. But this autistic thing, people will immediately say that this is the reason why you see dragons. Well, actually, yes, that is the reason why. Because my autism opens gates, and I have to understand my true self, what I actually am, and not being lied to. I'm not this perfect guy who just listen to others and stand perfectly in line. In fact, I go like this and not following everyone just mindlessly. I cannot listen mindlessly to do something, and that is typically draconic, very much draconic, to be a rebel, just like Lucifer told me. First, and the second of all, that you need to understand what is the other foundation of the dragon's path is to understand your spirit that lives within you, that you have to trust your spirit. Once it was awakened, I didn't want to see it, I didn't want to recognize it, and that is also partly to blame of my Catholic background. I didn't dare to feel it. I was a little bit embarrassed to feel that energy, but you should not be embarrassed. You should understand it. But understanding your spirit is not easy at all, because you are completely covered in human energy that is really covering your dragon energy. And to understand your dragon energy, you really have to meditate. You really have to be silent to feel what your dragon self is telling to you. You have to understand your own power. Another fundamentally thing to understand is your true power. What is the power that you have? In my Catholic background, they told me that the only power that I have was God, but no, there are other gods telling me that I have my own power, that I have my own strength, that I have my own spiritual energy that I can use and manipulate, I can change and bend with things. Of course, these the power of the dragon lives inside of you, but to understand the power of the dragon, you need to be silent. You need to just your human selves need to be silent and forget all you know or think you know. All you need is your instincts to know what your true power is. To understand another one in the foundations of the dragon's path is the reason why. Why are why are you like this? Like I said, I give in to say to people, even though nobody's told it to me that I am autistic, I can say that I am. I have all the I have every single uh sign of it. I have all the signs of it, and I cannot ignore that. And a lot of people say that you are just still a child inside of your head because you are autistic. Well, no, it opens up gates. It means that you don't follow the crowd. It means that you can rip apart and open your eyes with your own strength, that you don't need help for anyone else, that you can eventually follow the reason why you are like this, and the reason also why the dragon picked you, because that is also what a lot of people don't wonder themselves. Why did the dragon choose you? Why do you have a dragon spirit? Why is all of this happening? You have to ask yourself these questions. The reason why you are on the dragon's path is because of that dragon spirit. That dragon spirit is always been with you, always, all the time. It's not a different kind of spirit, it is who you truly are. And to understand your true self is going to take some time. Also, another foundation of the dragon's path is to understand the gods. Not the gods that has told you to kneel down before, but the gods that are truly a part of yourself. And that might be one of the gods that is very much present with you. But to understand all of the gods is to understand the elements, is to understand nature, and to understand the wisdom of the dragon, the wisdom that you carry around with you, the wisdom, the knowledge, everything that the dragon has is giving to you. The knowledge of the dragon, the wisdom of the dragon. And that is where it all comes through. A lot of people don't seem to understand that the dragon's path in itself also has a message to give to others. What will you leave behind in this world? Nothing. It's just about loving dragons. There is so much more. Loving dragons is where it all begins. But going further, that is where your path truly starts. Going further to explore inside of what is actually happening, to understand everything that needs to be understood. But the first thing that you really need to understand in your entire dragon's path, the really foundation of the dragon's path, is to understand yourself. And don't lie to yourself. Don't say, oh, that is not true, that is like this, that is like that. No, don't lie to yourself. Also, your flaws or your darknesses, you need to see it for yourself before you actually really can understand anything about your dragon's path. But also, to sometimes we make mistakes on the dragon's path. We come to the wrong conclusions. Don't be afraid to take a few steps back. Don't be too proud for that, because we all make mistakes. We truly don't really sometimes understand what the dragon is saying, what our spirit is telling us, what we are able to do. Sometimes we just don't understand it and we misunderstood it. Then don't be afraid to take a few steps back. It doesn't take, much to do that. It's just your pride, I mean, your ego, your ego that needs to go away. The ego, being ego, is simply that of a human. Let it go away, because a dragon is not at all ego like humans are. Let that go away in order to understand your foundations of the dragon's path. And everyone has different reasons why. Everyone has a different lineup of gods. That is your true power. The strength, your true power can be different than another. And of course, your spirit, every spirit is different. And the wisdom that the dragon is giving to you can also be very, very fundamentally different. And of course, your message to the world. For example, my message is that all life is precious. All life comes from the dragon gods, and all life needs to be taken in their perspective. That is my message to the world, beside than saying that the dragons are real. Dragons are real and they are very close to you. My brothers and sisters, be blessed.